follow him actually, Mikey G. He's the man. But today we're going to do a couple rollouts. We're going to start with a pork tenderloin. Everybody's been ranting and raving about the pork loin. So we're actually going to show Mike, and then he's going to walk us through one his way, and then we're going to kick it back to the kitchen, finish him off. But what are you known for on the gram? I'm going to start with asking you a couple questions while I get some things heating up here.
I mean, fried foods is always a good thing.
I've noticed that. Yep. And what I tell you was going to happen?
It's going to go out.
I said that.
There you go. Right.
Awesome. So with our pork loins, it's not a long process, but we do a little bit more than other places. We do a straight egg whitewash. So all that is egg whites whipped together. We throw a little bit of salt in it for some seasoning, and that'll be what your binder is to hold your flour to your pork loin.
Okay.
Now with our pork loin, everything's sourced locally, so it comes to the whole loin, literally the whole thing. We break it down, we cut the fat off, we cut the trim, we take care of it. When it comes down, we end up with just a piece like this. And
Go
yeah, go ahead, grab that, and then it gets even more insane. That big piece turns into a little 6-ounce piece, 6.5, 7-ounce piece.
Oh my God.
And then we take the hammer to it, and we turn it into this guy. So it goes back to being a giant piece again. We were going to do that process up here, but I don't know if it'd be safe. Because I know it wouldn't be that safe with the chicken juice, the pork juice. Going everywhere,
right?
Especially with the bar and everything going on. Either way, we shouldn't do that. Okay. Let's go right to our base right now. Okay. We're going to start off with flour. Right here's probably about 1.5 cups, 2 cups, but we are doing 2 of them. We pre-mix our flour every single day. So what I'm saying is, like, we mix it out. We have like 10 cups of flour, 10 cups of Parmesan, equal parts all the way through. Right. That way we just have equal parts for every single order. So go ahead, you can throw that whole thing in. The only thing we're not going to throw all of in is the parsley. So this right here is panko. You add a little bit of panko to your flour, and the reason we do that is it adds a texture. It adds a crunch to the bite.
Okay.
Makes it way better. This is our seasoning. Give that a smell real quick. That's like where it's at right there. That's the money maker. That's our
secret.
own. What's in there? Yeah, I can't tell you. That's a secret, right? Grandma would have to come shoot you, and she's in the grave. So there you go. Get the flour. That's where it's at. Jenna's probably killing me right now with all this smelling. We don't do that in the kitchen normally. He's eating all this food, so we're good.
Jenna can't smell.
Jenna can't smell anyway. Our owner Jenna she thinks my food's amazing because she can't smell. So.
So then you know it's really good.
So anyway, you're just gonna go one side and the other. With this, you're gonna want to give it a little pat. But the second time
Make
around,
sure it's all on there.
yeah, you're not gonna want to give it a pat the second time around because you want that air to get between. You want that airy bite, that airy crunch of the pork. You're gonna go right into the egg wash on each side.
Okay.
White. Boom, boom. And right back in here. Yep. And then, like I said, you don't push it this time. Just a couple flops around. You see the egg on there? It's all right.
Okay.
Boom, boom. And come over here. I'll get that out of your way. I'll let you knock that one out real quick.
Chef, can you hold up for the cameras a little
Yeah,
bit?
we're going right over here. It's a nice coating all the way around. Panko, the seasoning, everything. Then we're going to go over here. Get my man. It's going to be a little harder for you now because I broke it all down already. So we'll go one more egg wash on yours just because it's so thin over here. You're good, man. I just want yours to be the best. We're good to have the camera guy. Boom. You got my name. And same concept. Yep. Awesome. Can you run this back to my kitchen guy there, Morgan, and ask him for a saute pan, please? Thank you.
Hey, Chef, you've had a question.
What's that?
Theodore OBCS says, will you do a virtual cooking class for us where we can know the ingredients in advance and follow along with you?
I mean, that's a great idea, but I'm one of them, like, not a bougie chef, but like kind of a hipster one where I like to keep my stuff to myself. But I would be more than happy. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to run you through an Alfredo or something like that. That'd be great. Give me 1 second here. Morgan's gonna bring me back out.
And we have lots of shout outs from Mike G too, by the way.
These are Asian Bayo buns. Sweet. They're sweet. They're crunchy on the outside. You can feel it. Oh, we're good. You're good with that. Go ahead and feel that up. It's going to the 800 degrees there in a second. Crunchy,
nice
smooth, nice. Yep. We'll change all that up. Just set it right on the belt right there. Boom, boom. Perfect. We're going to let that roll through. We'll get some gloves on so we can touch this next stuff. Look, people still want food. The phone's still blowing up. Just because you're here. That's always like that.
No,
man.
they want his tenderloin.
Always
They
like
want to
that.
order his tenderloin.
Do we know whose is whose?
Well, on the I'll tell you who's when it comes back out. No, you'll be able to tell this from the second way around. Because the egg wash will break down. Like every single order we do, we beat egg wash to each order. Like it'll be its own egg wash per order. And that Butterfield now, totally different world. A little crunchier. And we're gonna go one more time. Thank you, Morgan. Yep. And you can tell him to drop those in the heat fryer. You're good. Then right now, I left one from here. We're gonna throw our butter in. We're gonna rock a lobster roll real quick while my guy in the back, Tino's cooking them up.
We need all our butter?
We're gonna use butter. We're gonna start with that.
Okay.
Just this, and then we're gonna get the lobster meat heated up in the butter. And when the lobster meat gets to temperature, it's already sub-cooked. What we do is we get our lobster, we clean it like all of our lobster comes off our boats. The Terra Lynn from Maine. It's daily. We clean our lobster in-house. We steam it, then we chill it, and then it comes back up to temperature one more time in just a butter bath. And then with the juice from the lobster, you're actually making a lobster butter. So
Love that toaster.
Toaster's amazing. That's what you want. That over golden look. That's beautiful. As soon as the butter starts to get in, you can put that whole thing of lobster right in. Boom, boom. Now this right here, we normally run about 4 ounces of lobster meat. We don't know that is what you get. You get 4 ounces of lobster meat in every single lobster roll you purchase. This right here is probably about 6 ounces. I went a little heavy. We're only going to do 1 roll. I brought 2 up here just to make sure that toaster did it right the first time. Let's get this stuff out of our way real quick.
You've had a question, Mike.
Okay.
Robin's Sweet Confessions would like to know what your favorite thing is to cook.
My favorite thing to cook, that's tough, but my favorite thing to cook with is garlic.
Garlic.
It has a lot of flavor, right?
Yeah, I mean garlic's where it's at, really. And one of the new things with cooking with garlic, add your garlic in oil. Get a container. Like I got made fun of. I sent a comment the other night to a bartender. I'm not a bartender. I'm a chef, you know. So I like to infuse things. I'm sure you've heard of this. So you take your garlic and just get a container of oil. Put your garlic in it. About that. It's about 3 to 4 tablespoons of crushed up garlic. Not even mixed, just crushed. Take some oregano, some thyme, some parsley. Stuff it in there, and as long as the oil is above everything, bacteria can't form. So all the flavors are releasing into the oil. Let it sit there for about 3-4 days in your refrigerator. Take it out, pour it through a china cap, a filter, a coffee filter, even if that's all you have in your house. Get all that stuff out, wring it out, and then when you cook, you don't have them remnants left in the bottom of the pan. Like any good chef will tell you, like all that stuff stuck in the bottom, that's called fond, F-O-N-D. You take some white wine, you blast that when you're done, you scrape that off, you dump that right on top of your meal. That's where all the flavor is in that fond.
Okay.
So, I mean, any good chef will save all the fond, but a smart chef will put the flavor into the oil so you don't have to put all that burnt char on top. Because you know garlic, you cook with it a lot. Garlic gets bitter, really bitter when it gets dark. So we're going to rock that for a second, just let it go to temp, and now we'll finish it with a little bit more butter.
More butter.
Yeah, you just let that butter melt, and then that'll be your butter to top the roll with real quick. Then we're going to cut this real fast.
Laura Hyatt, Mike, would like to know what is your favorite thing to eat?
My favorite thing to eat, it depends on how I'm feeling, but you can never go wrong with some chicken wings or some mac and cheese.
Okay, well, lucky you. We haven't had that here.
You've had our mac and cheese before, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
Our mac and
Chef.
cheese is pretty good.
Ms. Free 35 said she would like you to repeat real quick what you just did with the butter and the roll.
All right. Well, the roll is our own thing. It's a biobelt roll. It's Asian. It's a sweet roll. It's a process. We proof them for about 3 hours, and then they're about an hour cook process. And then right now I'm obviously just plating this up. Like I said, 4 ounces of meat in, and then we will come right back over to here. But the butter, butter's like the money right there. Boom, boom. Then we're gonna hit it with a little bit of the green. We never have too much of that. And I'm gonna come right over here. And this guy. And that. There's the lobster roll. We'll let Mike get on that here in a second. Normally we would squeeze a lemon on it. I honestly just didn't bring any up with me. I forgot. I dropped the ball on that one. But like I said, our lobster meat's fresh daily. So I'm telling you, without the lemon, you're just gonna get way more lobster flavor. You're gonna enjoy it way more. Super, super good. But Morgan, can you run back and see if Tino has them tenderloins for me? Real quick, while you're doing that, you want to re-rack your gloves. I'll get you some new ones. Just take them off, throw them right inside of here. I got a bag over here. And we got new ones right here. We'll throw right on.
You've got several shout outs, Mike.
Oh, cool.
And let's see, Ms. Free would like a close up. So, yes, ma'am. If I can. Thank you.
Can I eat the lobster roll now?
I got this.
Oh, yeah, man. Go right on. Yeah. You want me to cut it in half? Or you want to just house on it? Your camera guy want to try half of it?
I'm gonna just house on.
Get on it, man. Show us what it's worth.
Oh.
Dude, trust me. Large gloves. I had in my first video, I even said large gloves, ain't large gloves. Oh, yeah.
Here he
we go.
goes.
Here we go. Hold it right over this guy. Oh, can't beat that. Get that seed out of there. Oh, yeah. Can't beat
Does that
that.
work?
Perfect.
Come hungry, right?
Always. You can definitely tell the meat fresh. Like that's the biggest thing. Like I say it all the time. There's a lot of places to say it. You've heard it a million times. I was just talking to one of the owners earlier about it. You've heard the saying "fresh from Alaska." You know what that means in culinary school?
Frozen.
Frozen in Alaska. That means it was caught on the boat and flash frozen on the boat in Alaska. So anything that says fresh from Alaska, it was frozen in Alaska and brought here. Our product comes from the Atlantic Ocean, right from Maine, like boom, here, daily. Anywhere around here, ain't gonna beat that seafood. There's no way you can beat that. I mean,
This is amazing.
90% of the lobster you buy from the purveyors out here are Canadian lobster. Like our lobster, Maine, American lobster. As bad as that sounds, you're helping the American companies out every time you buy lobster from here too, you know? Just one hand washed together with everything going on with the COVID. Everybody, every little company eats out right now. So, the pork claw loins are coming, I'm assuming, any second now. So, we're going to toast the buns real fast. I did these setups. All our pork loins are going to come with lettuce, tomato, and onion. And I didn't even know that this was a thing until a couple weeks ago. The owner was like, hey, we have pork loins out here in Indiana. Can you try and make me one? And I'm like, I've never even heard of that in my life, you know? Like,
Especially when we're missing our month of May 500 months.
yeah. I didn't even know what a pork loin sandwich was. Like, where I'm from, you eat pork chops. Like, back home.
Where you from? Let the people know.
Buffalo, New York. I ran every week. I'm proud about that. I haven't mentioned it one time, but Buffalo. Like, we're obviously like the craziest of the NFL fans, like the Buffalo Bills Mafia. But the cooking out there is really turning around. It's like Indy right now. It's trending hard. Like very, very foodie community. Elmwood Ave, Chippewa, even Main Street, 716, all that. That one was yours. This one was mine. I only know because mine was yours.
Now this one looks a little more crispy.
Yeah, it does. It's because that extra egg wash, man. So it's going to be better. You might want to hold on to that one. Boom, rolls came out. So this is obviously like the easiest setup in the world.
Right.
We, being to go right now, we send mayo packets because that's like the number one thing you guys put on. You just lather it up with some Hellmann's. But where I'm from, it's a Creole thing. You ever heard of Duke's mayo? D-U-K, yeah, sorry, but you're ever in the store and you see it's a little pricier, it's a yellow and black label.
Okay.
Duke's, I'm telling you, people, you ever want to enhance it, them people make some mayonnaise. It's a New Orleans mayonnaise, but
I'm gonna check it out. I just
super,
started
super
cooking
good.
like last week.
Oh, yeah, I'm telling you, and then any of the aiolis, you want to make sriracha aioli, garlic aioli, and
Start with that
start
as the
start
base.
with Duke's as the base, and then just go off of that.
Good to know.
All right, man, easy peasy. You're just gonna put your loin on,
Okay.
and then we'll get some packets up here. Let you guys try these, and then take your pick off. Boom, boom. Just quick and easy. Boom, boom. Then over. Done. But you're smarter than me. And actually put the pickle back on.
We're gonna put the pickle on it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you take the pickle like that, and you're up upside down. You're good, man. Boom, boom, you're good, dude. Boom, boom, and then when you pick it, you just stick it through your pickle.
Oh,
And yeah, exactly. And then we'll have the Papa's fritas, the French fries, working in the back, and then that is the monster tenderloin
Oh,
sandwich.
that's gorgeous.
Definitely give that a try while it's hot, man. It is.
I'm gonna try mine.
Oh, go right ahead, man. It's all about that seasoning.
Yes.
Oh, that seasoning is good.
It's on point, right?
It's hot.
I thought he pulled off by now, dude. I didn't know he was like out of the fryer like that. Sorry, my man. But Yeah, that's the lobster roll and the pork loin. Definitely, like, people should come around for our pork loin. I was talking about some ideas for the summer, running it by the boss. I really shouldn't say it, but I want to do like a funnel cake pork loin, where you drop your pork loin batter, then you build your funnel cake batter around it and rotate it, so the pork loin is actually inside of a sweet, crunchy funnel cake. That sweet, that salty pork with the sweet and crunchy funnel. Oh my God, it'd be pretty good. It'd be pretty good, yeah. But then the carnivals will have it everywhere, so you know, no big deal. The only thing we forgot to do next time was take a little bit of green, throw a little green on it, extra parsley, just a little bit more flavor.
When it comes out the fryer.
Yeah, when it comes out the fryer. Yeah, if you're doing it in a pan at home, like when we do them here, we do them in a fryer, obviously, because we're doing them by the mess. But when you do it at home, you're doing it in a pan with some EDO, extra virgin olive oil, some butter, and then you would throw that in then. But with a deep fryer, you put it on after because it'll just char the parsley inside the deep fryer.
How long do you fry it in the pan? On
In the pan, you're probably looking at it like probably about 3 minutes on each side, 4 minutes, no more than 8 minutes. Yeah, because you dropped it down so much, it's thin as can be. And obviously, like they do that, so you get way more out of it, and it fills up the bun way more. But back home, our buffalo chicken sandwiches, that's how we do our buffalo chicken. It's called a schnitzel. Like, I'm German, obviously.
Okay.
So a schnitzel is a form of pounding the meat out, whereas a flat flame schnitzel, really, really thin and large. So we schnitzel chicken back home for buffalo chicken sandwiches. And I'm going to hop off here, run to the back real quick, and Brittany's going to come over and start doing some bourbon tasting with you.
Okay.
And I'll be back up here in a minute. I have a surprise for you. Keep on smashing
Some more of that
right
schnitzel.
All right.
Hey, Mike, you got a lot of people asking you, what's your favorite thing to eat right now?
My favorite thing to eat right now? The lobster mac and cheese from here.
Okay. And they said, what did you think of the lobster roll?
Lobster roll was really good. Usually when I have lobster rolls, it's like cold. I
Mhm.
don't like that. I like that it was cooked in the butter, nice and juicy, and it was perfect to me.
And then we have other people saying they want to be a taste tester. We've had several people say that.
Tell them to DM you.
And now you're going to get a very special treat. Meet Brittany.
Hi guys. Okay, let me grab you a bottle of water.
Okay. I got a water.
You got water? Okay.
Yeah.
How about I do these?
Fine.
So you're gonna go from here to here.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you turn it to the side a little bit, Brittany? There you go.
They're numbered, so I won't lose them. I didn't trust myself.
That way
Going
you
from here to here.
There
What's
we
the
go.
goal?
So we have, none of them are bad by any means, but we have our lower end bourbon to our high end bourbon. And I just want you to be honest. They're not any specific order right now. I just want you to taste them and you to put them how, if you're like, you had $10 and you could buy any one you wanted, how you would want them.
Okay. We're gonna start here.
Yep. They're not in order, so you can really do whatever you want. I have them numbered.
That's all right.
You can always go back. Be honest, I didn't make them.
Right. Take like what, 5 to 7 years, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
you have somebody asking you to say what is the difference as you taste each one. They would like to know what you're experiencing.
Let me go with this one, and then I'll let you know.
Okay.
Should I turn this off?
So with the whiskey, I feel like it's some stuff is just a little more bitter if you're used to drinking whiskey, and that doesn't always determine like how good it is, because sometimes you just have to have like a different part of the bottle to experience it. But some of the smells are a little bit stronger, some of them are weaker, of course, and then the taste is more bitter.
It's a really good point. It depends on what they're aged in, whether it's wine barrels or like we had a wine that was
That one
aged in
goes at the
tequila
end.
barrels. So
We have a lot of people saying they wish every bartender would let them taste like this.
They go to Kentucky.
We bring Kentucky to Indy for you.
we've been talking about doing bourbon flights here. We have a ton of bourbon, so
Yeah. All right, he's thinking.
I'm trying to figure it out.
he wants to get it right. And you don't have to put it back on this. That was
I think Brittany snuck in a nice one too.
Or
Wait, okay.
so best, worst, in my opinion.
This one's the best. Okay. Okay. So it's 1, 2, 5, 3, 4. So this was your favorite, and this is your least favorite.
Yes.
Okay, let me get my.
Cheat sheet.
Yeah, well, I wrote them down and I numbered them, but I still knew I was going to do this. So, okay, number 1 is Buffalo Trace. So that's actually the lowest end one you tasted. I told you this happens. Yeah. So Buffalo Trace is still, it's a great bourbon. I didn't use our.
I'm familiar with it too.
Yeah, I didn't use our Wells, the Jack and the Jim, because I mean those are whiskeys and
Right.
everybody's had them. So we just started off with Buffalo. So okay, that's your favorite.
Hopefully I get better.
It's $8 a pour here. Then you number 2 is
All right, Buffalo Trace is a great one.
People love Buffalo Trace, they really do. Maker's Mark was next. That's $9 here. We use it in our Maker's Manhattan, or Make My Manhattan. Pretty good.
Okay.
So then third is actually the Jefferson's Ocean, which we carry here. We're selling by the bottle right now for $60 a bottle, so not bad. And then you did the third one, which is Whistle Pig 10-year. And you ranked that fourth. That's, a lot of people really like Whistle Pig. So that is interesting to me. That's a big one. And then this one does not surprise me at all. It's actually a Japanese whiskey. It's not even a bourbon. It's Hibiki. So it's actually completely different from all the other flavor profiles.
So I was good for having it last, but I messed up on everything.
You didn't do that.
Hey.
That's your palate.
You did a great job.
Yeah.
You're gonna get 3 for the price of 1 if you
Yeah.
order that way.
So yeah, the Hibiki we just put in there for fun. I mean, it's not like any of the others. People that come here and see we have it are like, oh my god, you have Hibiki. Like I can't find it anywhere in the city. But then other people come here and they're like, what is that? So it's just one of those things. Yeah.
Makes sense. And
Yeah.
Jefferson's, is that you all's bottle or?
We have the whole barrel here. Yeah.
Okay.
So we have the bottles for sale. I'll grab one for you. So this is ours. We have Voyage 17. The cool thing is it's put in the barrel and then it's sent out to sea, and the waves age the bourbon. We are the only place that you can buy Voyage 17 because we have the entire barrel. So, yeah.
We've actually sold it quite a bit lately too with the shutdown.
$60 a bottle is cheaper than you'll find it anywhere.
And where is Jefferson's based out of?
Jefferson's Ocean, I'm actually not sure where they. Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, so Kentucky, yeah.
They don't have an ocean in Kentucky though, so I'm not sure.
I know, that's what I'm like, Jefferson's Ocean you can find anywhere. So that's like the disclaimer. We have Voyage 17, so we have,
Which is this one, right?
yeah. So we have a barrel off of that voyage.
This one.
It's different. It's got cinnamon in it, so it's a little spicier than the other ones.
90 proof.
Gabby has asked, what do the waves do to the having it in the ocean? What do the waves do that make it taste unique? Or
So most bourbon barrels obviously are sitting in like a factory or a store, like a facility somewhere, and they're being aged in wine barrels or whatever, which gives them a great flavor profile. But the Jefferson's is actually out at sea, so the barrels are continuously moving. So it's really cool with the different voyages. It just depends, like when we were in training for this and they were talking to us about it, it depends on what the weather was and what the waves were and what the ship went through. Every voyage tastes different because of how much the bourbon was moved.
And Mike, you've had 2 questions.
Okay.
People want to know the one that you ranked number 3 there, right in the middle, the Jefferson's
Right.
Ocean. Did you taste the cinnamon, or did you taste anything different about it that made you think it was that now that you know it was aged in the ocean?
It had a little more like spicy to it, like spice to it. So I guess that's probably why I felt like it was a little bit cheaper. But then when I tried it again, it's a little bit smoother on the back end. So it had like that spice up front, and then it smoothed out. So
It's a very flavorful bourbon up
Yeah.
front. It is.
Somebody has asked you if you like wine, Mike.
I do. I drink Merlots and Cabernets mostly.
This
I don't
I
like
can
white
do.
wine.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a very good wine selection too, but we thought this would be interesting to see what your bourbon blind
Yeah,
taste test would.
I feel kind of defeated that I picked the worst 2. That's the
It's not
first 2.
worse, yeah. We
I mean, not the
yeah.
worst.
I mean, Buffalo
but-
Trace and Maker's Mark are good.
Yeah,
They're very good.
I drink them, but I wish I'd have selected the Jeffersons or.
Like, I can take you around
outside first.
some bars in Broad Ripple and get you some real good whiskey.
So you're more of a whiskey drinker, just from Or what's your favorite drink? Everyone would like to know.
I like drinking Uncle Near's right now if I'm drinking whiskey. And then I also like, if I'm drinking like gin, I like Hotel Tango. And then other than that, I'll dibble in other things. It just depends. But I've been trying to drink more wine lately. I'm getting a little fat, so I've been drinking more wine instead of beer. But I like IPAs a lot.
Red wines are good.
The sugar content in red wine, though, is actually really high.
I know, that's why I've been trying to just
Yeah.
leave it all alone.
Vodka water.
We've all put on a little extra weight in this last 30 days, right?
It's interesting that you said the Hotel Tango gin. I just picked up their line right before the shutdown, and there's a certain amount that gin has to have in it. So what's it called?
Juniper?
Yeah, the juniper. There's like a certain amount that it has to have, and Hotel Tango uses the lowest amount. So that's why their gin tastes good, and it doesn't
It's
taste
not
like
super strong.
yeah, like people that taste gin, and they're like, oh my god, like Hotel Tango's isn't like that. It's like they literally use the lowest amount that's legal to say it's gin.
Makes sense.
So
Ready for another course here?
Yeah, long
All right, man.
over there.
This one, obviously, that's a traditional buffalo, but I make them all in house.
Oh,
And the other ones are going to be our signature sauce. It's called the
Look at
buffalo
the
Thai
picture of
sauce. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Oh boy, this was a surprise.
And this has blue cheese in it.
We heard you like the
and
buffalo.
does, yeah.
It's part of my mix. There's a little bit.
We heard
There's,
you might like wings.
gorgonzola in it. There's a few things in it. You go, my man.
Wow.
We've been experimenting with wings. Chef has been.
Right off the bone.
Back home, there's a place called, two places called Duff's and then the Anchor Bar in Buffalo, and they literally fight over who developed buffalo chicken wings. And the truth is, everybody knows it was Duff's, and there was this farmer who chicken wings. They used to just cut the size of the chicken, the leg, and drum the wing right off, and they would just throw it away, and they would only eat the breast and the rest of the chicken. And then finally one day, this guy was farmer was poor and he needed to fry something up, so he literally just threw them in a pan and fried them up. And that's where they say buffalo chicken wings came from. Some poor farmer fried chicken legs in a pan and ate them. And apparently it was Mr. Duff from Duff's Farm Wings back home in Buffalo.
What's the other one?
Anchor Bar. The Anchor Bar is right on Main Street. There's two Duffs on Elmwood. Oh, the other wing.
The other wing, not the buffalo.
I'm talking of them back home. No, the other ones are buffalo Thai sauce. It's got like the same concept as the buffalo, but then we put like an Asian spin on it, and it's super good. I mean, for what it is, it's amazing. And I can't say who I try to play off of, but it's definitely close to a sauce
Everybody's
on here.
very jealous of you right now, Mike.
Oh my God,
Lots
they
of-
should be because these chicken wings is crazy. Our pork tenderloin was fried perfect, and then that lobster roll was like juicy. The bread was
Where
perfect.
is that?
Diet starts tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
That red wine diet.
Yeah. So which one do you like better of the wings?
It's hard. I'll probably go back and forth for a while. So I get full.
So I said it's going to be too tough to choose. They're both their own unique flavor. Like the one is like a traditional American buffalo like style chicken wing, that guy. And
We
the
have a
other
lot of
one
And
is
you
people-
put the blue cheese on there, right?
That's my
yeah.
favorite.
There's some.
Yeah,
There's
we
some.
love
There's some. It's not just blue cheese.
I gotta see this.
There's
Which one is
way-
Instagram? Which one is this
This
Facebook?
is Instagram here.
This is Instagram. We're moving around a little bit.
There's literally there's way more than just
Oh, yeah.
blue cheese in it.
Oh yeah. That's a lot of secret sauce packed on there.
Those are my favorite wings.
You have somebody says, please explain how each one tastes. You're very good at that.
The buffalo is like not spicy at first, but then it kicks in, and the blue cheese is a nice touch. But then the what we call the other one?
Asian.
Buffalo Thai. It's like a little bit spicy, but it's like a barbecue sauce. And he told me some stuff behind the scenes of how he makes the wings like tender or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, they're just really good. Not super fatty, not super big, and like steroidy.
You have a fan who would like to see a close-up of the Asian wing now, please.
Asian wing? Okay. Let's grab this one.
Thank you.
That's a buffalo, it's a Thai chili, it's an
There we
Asian
go.
spin, kind of an Asian fusion with the buffalo sauce.
It's blowing people's minds. And you got a compliment on your haircut.
Oh, thank you.
Lots
Yeah,
of
this
people,
is,
lots of people wanting close-ups.
Yeah, this is yeah, they might be the best wings in the city. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
That's our aim.
I love the buffalo with cheese.
Yeah, like our buffalo chicken sandwich and buffalo chicken salad, we've got a lot of the same ingredients too.
Same sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Lots of jealous people right now.
Sorry.
Yeah. Also one standing right around you.
We always have to grab the buffalo to make the buffalo wing.
Another compliment on your hair, it just came through.
Shout out to my barber.
That's right.
And then another person would like to know, what's the best thing you had tonight?
Tonight, the buffalo chicken wings by far.
Okay.
I mean, I love chicken wings, but I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to tell on him a little bit. So he let me know some of the process of the chicken, but he did let me know that he smokes them before he fries them. So I don't have a smoker at home, but I might have to have him smoke me some, and I'm gonna take some home and then try to fry them and get some of this sauce on the side. But the wings are like amazing. But the pork sandwich as well, because it's fried perfect. Everything was really good. This is my second time coming, and the first time everything was good. The mac and cheese was cheesy, amazing. The steak was really good. Caesar salad, clam chowder, everything. So, but tonight I'll definitely have to say the buffalo wings.
Who knew you could get the best wings at a fish house, huh?
Exactly.
Well, thank you guys. Do you guys see any other questions on here we need to have answered?
Are we good?
Yeah, we've got, I know you want to eat that sandwich, so.
Yeah, I do.
Got lots of people here. Thank you guys so much.